My name is Beth Carter, and over the last semester, I had the privilege of working with the Naples Travel Medicine Clinic, a dynamic clinic that supports official government travel for civilians, active duty, military, and contractors working in various regions of the world on official U.S. government business. The original idea to improve the communications and workflow of the clinic came from the health belief model, a health behavior model that helps public health workers determine why health behaviors are at times not adapted. The health belief model identifies factors such as a perceived susceptibility, perceived severity, perceived benefits, confidence, and to our case, more importantly, perceived barriers. Perceived susceptibility is how likely someone is to get a health condition. So if there is a low likelihood of them potentially getting that health condition, an individual is not as likely to adopt a health behavior. Perceived severity identifies that the more serious a consequence of a health risk, the more likely someone is to adopt a behavior. Perceived benefits is the individual's understanding of how effective acting is in reducing their overall risk of getting a condition. Confidence is how successfully the individual believes they can carry out a behavior. If they don't think that they can follow through in a health behavior, they won't attempt to start a health behavior. Finally, the perceived barriers are the obstacles or costs a person must maneuver when acting on a health behavior. For the travel medicine clinic, the perceived barriers are pretty great if an individual doesn't know where even to start or what they are required to do prior to entry into these areas. This project hoped to lay out the risks, the benefits, and the process for prospective travelers. The initial goals of this project were to reduce barriers by developing a website that enabled all-in-one information hub to those looking to travel for official government business, especially in AFRICOM or Africa Command. I hope to improve communication platforms between the travelers and the clinic, specifically to make it easier for individuals to communicate across any intended platform. This was hopefully a way that individuals would know if they needed to add something to their travel package, such as a waiver or an additional signature, and quickly be able to produce that. The last thing I had hoped to do was produce a QR code for easy accessibility to the website and for mobile access. This would help get the word out quickly to all the commands that would potentially need to submit a packet to the travel medicine clinic. In the end, I utilized a number of programs to try and achieve the established goals. I began with US Web Design Systems, a government agency that helps other government agencies develop a .gov website. This is a full stack web development, meaning that you need both to develop the back end of the code as well as develop the part of the website that an end user would see. USWDS effectively gives you the back-end code to develop the website. However, it still assumes that you have experience in developing the back-end code and the front-end code. Next, I used a Wix front-end website development. Wix is a very user-friendly platform that makes simple websites. The problem with that was it lacked security measures needed to secure the personally identifiable information that people were sending, that people would send, and it was also not enabled by Common Access Card, which is in some cases necessary for government accountability. Finally, after weeks of rolling out other processes to improve the program, I turned to a program called Power Automate from Microsoft. It's primarily a workflow processor, so in combination with the website that I designed by Wix, which will inform individuals on what information they need to complete the travel, Power Automate can automate the process to provide quick answers to the users, give quick feedback to individuals who submit information. So when you go to NaplesTravelMedicineClinic.com, this is the landing page for that website. Underlined documents are documents that are required to submit to the travel medicine team. For more information about a feeder or COCOM, the individual can click on the AFRICOM or CENTCOM symbols, and you'll see me going through this in a video next. This is the Naples Travel Medicine Clinic homepage. You can click on the AFRICOM website and it will symbol, and it will take you to the information regarding entrance into AFRICOM. You can click on the Central Command logo, and it will take you to the information regarding medical clearance to go to CENTCOM. If you click on any of these hyperlinks, they'll take you to a form that you need to fill out, or areas where you can find more information. Again, this website kind of goes over the things that people will need for entrance into those areas, or they can download the forms that they'll need to get started. As you scroll down to the bottom of the page, the website gives you a start screen to get started here. So the user will just click on the Get Started Here button, and it will take the user to a Microsoft form page. I'll quickly run through it, but essentially this is the health data that the travel medicine clinic would like. Some of these prompts can potentially take you to the end of the document. If, for instance, you input something that the travel medicine clinic can't help you with. For instance, this question here, if you press personal travel, it will take you to the end of the document because this is intended to be for official travel only. You can see that the questions with the asterisks are actually questions that have to be answered. If you don't answer them, it won't submit your answers. At the bottom here is just an attestation that everything you have inputted is correct. And for signature, we're just going to have them type their name. This triggers a whole host of background items, but at the end of the triggering that happens, the user should receive an email that says this: Naples Travel and Medicine Clinic has received your email. That way you have a timestamp of when the clinic received your email, military email, but it'll look something like this, giving more details and additional steps to proceed on your way to being cleared by the travel medicine team. The program that goes to the travel medicine team is a Power Automate or workflow process that includes Microsoft Forms, which helps direct the messages, Microsoft Lists that will help the clinic to capture and keep the information gathered, and both alert the clinic and the prospective traveler. And also Microsoft Automate, Power Automate, which helps to create that workflow. I hit a lot of snags, mostly due to overestimating or underestimating how difficult it would be to code a website. I quickly learned that no matter how much help you have, you do have to have a baseline understanding of coding in order to create a website. This is some of the code that I used to try and create a website, but was unsuccessful. In the end, I determined that using a workflow process with a website that was only front-end development would be the best utilization of time and resources, and the best way to interact with individuals who would need information on the travel medicine clinic at Naples. That's all for me. Thank you for this semester and for this learning opportunity. Thanks. Bye.